Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 44 of the Realm Recap. I'm Jason from Yakface.com, joined again, as always, by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
Good evening, interwebs. Hope
Good
we're all
evening,
well.
sir.
And you?
Very good. Busy week. Again, it seemed like nothing was really going on until
Until
the
just before the
midweek,
show.
until before the show, and then a bunch of stuff gets dropped out there as far as and it's not just Hasbro. Whoops, hold on. Are you hearing that?
I am indeed. You're all coming through loud and clear.
I'm getting
Always
some.
good.
There we go. I was getting some audio playback in my headset.
No problems. That always happens beginning of Hangouts sometimes.
I know I never have that window open. I just happen to for some reason. Anyway, like I said, a bunch of news kind of happened more towards the middle of the week, whether it was from Sideshow or different companies. Not a lot of Hasbro news this week. A few reports here and there, but I guess we'll save that more towards the end. The biggest news was the reveal of some partial character names for Episode 7, the Force Awakens characters, which is very, very cool. And I think a lot of people are trying to figure out what the heck is going on with a lot of those names. And
there's a lot of conspiracies going on about those cards, but yeah, we'll talk about that. So
pretty cool anyway. But we'll start things off as always with the collecting news. Like I said, Hasbro was a little bit slow this week. Not really anything as far as new reports. There have been, the consistent store reports going out there, but I was invited to participate in a roundtable discussion with JediBusiness, the website JediBusiness.com. Chris from over there invited several other sites to participate in kind of a what if, what's going to happen in 2015 sort of a deal regarding what we think is going to happen as far as Rebels product, the Force Awakens product, 3 inch product in general. Is it going to still be around? Is it going to be just all 5 POA? It was a fun and entertaining article to read now that I've seen everyone else's responses to these questions.
It's beautifully written as well. I mean, I really liked some of the contextual images that are presented alongside it. It makes for a really good read. I mean, I've never seen this before. Obviously, it's a work in progress custom from someone, but the little alien we'd seen at the J.J. Abrams first video, and just all the way it's been presented, and all you guys chipped in, and little cards there as well, and mock-ups, and the hog squaddle or whatever we call them. But it's really nice. It's very, very nice. Brandon Flores, yet again, that man is crazy. He's just a crazy customizer. But I think I commented somewhere down here. Somewhere. Yes, it's very interesting. You guys love Arnie's a metric shit ton, which is, I believe, an actual measurement indeed. So yeah, it was a really good article. So well done.
Yeah, it was fun. And it's nice seeing a kind of a cross section of the collecting community out there, as far as people that run workforce sites. Even people that aren't affiliated with official sites here and there. It was just nice seeing everyone's input and what they thought might be happening for 2015 and beyond, really. So if anyone's interested, you could check out a link directly from Yakface.com, or you could go directly to JediBusiness.com and look for the article titled Star Wars Toy Speculation.
It's good. Nice cross opinions as well. Everyone had a refreshingly different opinion, which made a good read.
Yeah, it wasn't
all just
exactly
the same.
Not everyone was just regurgitating the same thing. There were, opposite, completely opposite answers for the same question from some people, and a lot of people. I think everyone, depending on the question, made a lot of good points, and it was really an interesting read. I'm appreciative to be invited to join.
And those things take a lot of time to do as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. Going back to the prototype Boba Fett, we've been receiving reports that Walgreens has continued to receive or ship out pre-orders from that thing that is dating back, people pre-ordered that thing back in July. people have been holding out since now it's almost Christmas, and people are still getting their orders filled from their online pre-orders.
I know.
So at least it's getting done. I could say that. I think most of the people that probably pre-ordered had found those in the store before now.
I know. There's still a lot of people overseas. I mean, as we discussed, the UK guys have managed to get some through some exclusive distribution. The Australian guys haven't got anything at all. So there's a lot of people internationally still want this. I've had quite a few emails from people asking me to go to Walgreens and try my best to help some people. But every time I see them turn up, they're one day, next day, gone. So he's still shifting. He's not didn't seem to be peg warming too much. But I think if they keep coming, they probably will be. So.
Yeah, and I think, as reported, various sites have reported it, and even from the website or the Walgreens purchaser himself saying that they were supposed to keep receiving store stock for that,
Sure.
Right up and through the holidays, I would guess. So.
Well, it's a Christmas fit, really, isn't it? It's white, so it kind of fits right in.
Like that white chocolate dipped chocolate fete. Very tasty. And you shared an article that was announced by Hasbro and
Previews exclusives, that's
yes.
right. It's so yet another one, and we've been sharing this every week. If you haven't watched the Realm Recap before, welcome, first of all. But catch up in the last few episodes where Jason and I have covered, what are we up to now, 36 covers or something insane? 30, I think it was?
I saw some ridiculous thing that it's actually closer to 60 now.
What?
Because That's of different... I don't know. I've not seen the 60 different ones, but I'd read a report somewhere that with all of the different, signature versions and just, some of these, there are multiple versions available of this, exact same cover, just has a different signature applied. I don't know. It's the only one I'm gonna buy is this one.
Yeah, me too. It's the only one that I just think, it's the only chance I've got of getting this one really pretty easily. But I mean, it's saying that they have said this is, air quotes here, limited at 10,000 copies. But in saying that, Dorkside Toys put this up this week purely because we're toy junkies and we just thought we've got to get this one because this is just right up our street. The other ones, for varying reasons, some of them were good, some of them were okay, some I don't know the artists and so forth. But this one was pretty spectacular. And all of these apparently are, according to StarWars.com, not photoshopped. I don't know, Jason, you're the Photoshop king as far as I know, so you tell me. But all of these are unphotoshopped. All of them are Black Series products with some blue lights there on the Stormtroopers. But if you notice up at the back here, we're sharing on the video version, IG-88 is present with Boba and Bosk. And that is a Stormtrooper back there. I've blown that up just because I thought, is that an antenna? Is that like another trooper? But it's not. It's just a Stormtrooper. So
and the Emperor in the foreground.
Emperor, nice kind of wrinkly hand thing going on there, but that crazy cape. So
they said there's no Photoshop involved here. I don't believe it for one bit.
No, I didn't think so. So
there's some compositing done here, because you're not going to get the Emperor in focus, the Vader in focus.
True.
There's some anyway. It's nitpicking a lame
minimal photoshopping, I guess, is what minimal.
Yeah, but these are all 6-inch Black Series figures, so it's pretty cool. I do like the concept. I do like the cover. I think it's going to be a cool one, and I will pick that up from Dorkside Toys. That's the only one I'll pick up. Well, I probably wouldn't have picked up any if Dorkside wasn't offering it.
Well, that's the same as what we looked through the whole lot and we thought, well, we can get access to obviously all these exclusives, but which one out of 30? I was nearly tempted with the Vintage Collection one, but $4.99 bagged and boarded, we thought that's a good price, and we wanted some anyway, so we thought we'd pick them up for people like you and I, really. So if you want one, go and get one. So yeah, cool kind of cover, and it's a Hasbro Toy Fair exclusive one, so I'm guessing if we're at Toy Fair, we should potentially get that in the goodie bag with us as well, or...
That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Let's see, then wrapping up the Hasbro news really for the week is that Dorkside Toys has launched what is now called the Daily Deals, which is the offering of one of the items available all day long at a nice discount.
It
Uh,
was, yeah. So,
Yesterday was the clone trooper, the Phase 1 clone trooper from the 6-inch Black Series line.
and today
12.99.
was it snapped out the flying out the door was Chewy.
Chewy.
12.99. I mean, again, whether I worked there or not, I mean, at the end of the day, that's a bargain.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a bargain.
that's
So,
$1 more at some of my store locations than a 3 3/4 inch figure.
exactly. So I wanted multiple Chewies, but there was none left. So I wanted like a Chewie for one to display with Han. I think one day we'll get a little custom gas mask put on him, and
Yep.
if we'd all get one with a little Chewbacca on the back. And so I want to pick up some spares of these Black Series figures. But this one's all gone. But there will be more. Put it that way. So yeah, stay tuned for some daily deals and Star Wars discounts coming up.
Sounds good. Moving on to Sideshow and Hot Toys news. Not really anything Star Wars related this week, other than some product had been shipping out from them. We'll get to it a little bit later, but I did receive a couple Sideshow pieces this week. I posted a Toy Guide review of the Battle Droid Commander from the Battle on Geonosis.
Excellent.
Very cool. I like those battle droids a lot. And then, but the one that went up for pre-order this week was not Star Wars related, but Lucasfilm related. Indiana Jones from the Temple of Doom.
And it's nicely done. It's comes with some Sankara stones or Sankara stones, and there we go. Calling all customers. That's a great one again. To if you had the money, you could make a pretty damn good Han Solo there from some of that. But he's a little worn and scarred. But I'm sure somebody will be out there doing that. But good looking figure. I
Yeah.
picked up the first one, the previous release, so I'm not going to pick this one up. But that poster with compositing and Photoshop work done there is that's pretty stunning, really. How good toys are getting these days to the realistic quality. So
Yeah, I like that figure quite a bit. It's pretty cool. I won't get it. I need to show some restraint somewhere. But it's cool. They did a really remarkable job on the outfit and especially in that shot there. That it's just that looks like Harrison Ford.
it is indeed. I thought that this one was my favorite. I just thought that was on the money. It just looked, just the face. They've got the right shadow and tone. The boots, the clothes. It's very well detailed. And yeah, I mean, we're probably going to get more. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some exclusive somewhere with Indy in a tux for something else and so forth. But it's just, yeah, Harrison Ford, Star Wars related. We thought we'd share it. It looked pretty good.
Yeah. So if anyone is interested in that, you could take the link that we've posted either on Yakface.com or Flyguy.net. It helps, pay the bills sometimes.
Yeah, get some. Pick it up. It's a good figure.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving on then to other news, other manufacturers and customs. Starting off with Hot Wheels. They posted earlier in this week some pre-orders had gone up for sale through various online retailers, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store. Pre-orders for a 6-inch scale of Elite Collection vehicles.
Just bear with me 1 second. There we go. Yeah, so
So
more.
these are kind of spaced out. These are really really early for pre-orders. For something that's not supposed to be released until late 2015 for most of these.
Yeah.
There's an Xwing fighter, a TIE fighter, Millennium Falcon, but I think the main attraction there is there's a fourth one that is supposed to be an Episode 7 product or vehicle anyway.
Yeah,
no indication on what it is, but it's not supposed to come out until March of 2016.
Yeah. So these are 6 inches, so they're actually bigger than standard Hot Wheels. I don't know Hot Wheels enough to know this size of collection.
Yeah. If you think back to like when Hasbro had there's the titanium line of vehicles. Those are essentially Matchbox size vehicles. That's not these. They did have the Ultra, the Titanium Ultra, which were the larger. Let's say they came in like a plastic domed type display box. I don't know if you remember. There was like a
Yes,
couple TIE fighters, Millennium Falcon, X-Wings, whatnot. Um, but these are pretty much the same size as that, which is kind of odd because now Disney has their own die-cast versions of these vehicles right now.
that's
So,
right. That's yeah, which seem to be sitting at Disney stores everywhere, sadly. But
and in horrible condition too. I
yes,
think
they're
a
all
lot of
bashed and damaged. Yeah.
they're damn in the package even the vehicles are twisted and warped and
There's some
broken in
really
some cases.
there's some really good vehicles. I was really impressed with some of them, but some of the display package with it's like 12 in a box or something,
Yeah,
or
the it's like the ultimate collection is what they're calling it. I think it includes a lot of the vehicles, not quite all of them, but it's got an exclusive Wedge Antilles X-Wing in it.
yeah. Unfortunately, all the ones that I saw in the Disney store near me had looked as if someone had sat on them. They were
Yeah,
just terrible. So some real issues, I think, in the first run, I think, of getting together some packaging standards and how to hold figures or vehicles inside them. It's just, yeah, it's an art form, I think, in itself. I mean, some retailers go crazy, with twisty ties and all sorts of stuff. It's,
right.
you can never get the damn thing out. But in this case, it seems there's been some production things to learn, I think, in case of the display of them. But that's good. We're getting more Hot Wheels. I mean, they're coming. See, people seem to, certainly a few people I've seen have liked them. So
Yeah, and regarding the Hot Wheels themselves, I am starting to see the next few cars that are in the regular Hot Wheels line. There's the 501st Clone Trooper car and the Sand Person People car.
what's politically correct to say?
Yeah, I almost bought them too. I've only bought the Yoda car so far. I'm pretty proud that I've stuck with it this far. But this week they were having the buy one get one 50% off sale on Hot Wheels at Target, and I
Yep.
almost pulled the trigger on all of them, but I didn't.
Focus, man. It's all
Yeah.
about that focus.
Let's see what else. Moving on out of the Hot Wheels area, a few interesting things that popped out this week in the 6-inch line by some of the foreign manufacturers.
Mm.
We'll start with the S.H.Figuarts. This article was
Diorama.
shared by Jedi Defender, and it has a diorama for the Death Star 2 throne room.
This is pretty neat, man.
Yeah,
This is pretty neat. So this is as far as I could tell with Google Translate, approximately 6 inches ish, 7 inches nearly. I think it is actually for S.H.Figuarts
hmm
in size.
yeah. And a couple weeks back, I think it was, I don't remember what month it was. Let me try here. I've got the link.
Did we talk about the size maybe back
We
then?
did. Back in mid-November, there was some additional figures revealed. Figures like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and there was a Jedi Knight, Luke Skywalker
Sure.
as part of that. And I think that pairs up with the Figuarts Vader that they're producing. So
Cool. Okay.
this obviously goes to support that pairing of figures. So very cool. I mean,
So we may potentially get a Palpatine throne, I guess.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Kind of makes sense. I mean, you basically got the window, so
Yep. Yeah, it's hard to determine. I mean, by that photograph that we just had shared, it's kind of hard
Sure.
to determine size out of all that. I mean, you figure if two 6-inch figures can stand on that platform,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much room there would be for a chair there, but I mean that thing's pretty. It would have to be a pretty decent size to fit two figures on there that look convincingly like you could duel with them on there.
Well, if it's S.H.Figuarts, as I'm just trying to check just now where we're talking, I'm positive we're 7 inches in scale. I think they're like the Marvel Select, just that little bit bigger.
Right.
But yeah, well, there's a little sign down there saying 265 millimeter there, but I don't know what size. I need a ruler or something. But anyway,
Yeah, 265 millimeters is about 10 inches, so I'm not sure if that's width
the height or the
or
width.
height,
Yeah.
but anyway. it's a sizable piece for display. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't use, I wouldn't be all that. I would probably pick it up to display with 3 3/4 inch figures if I
Yeah.
didn't get the 6 inch or whatever inch scale they are. Um,
Just
it
nice.
just make for a cool display.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is something that's got to be relatively cheap to make. It doesn't look that complicated.
No,
Um, yeah. So come on, Hasbro, get some
yeah,
playsets, damn it. But
we'll see. We'll
it's a
see what
good
Toy
piece.
Fair brings.
This is true, yeah.
Let's see, and then also regarding some more 6 inch scale type things, Bandai released new images of the Samurai Stormtrooper.
AKA the Nipple Trooper.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah. So let me just get through to this gallery here and we can see a little more. So what are we doing? Oh, I'm on the page. My bad. My apologies.
Yep.
There we go. He looks
I love
awesome.
it.
I love that too. I really do. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The paint looks impeccable. That really is something special. Very nice.
Yeah, very very cool. I just really enjoy the style of it.
Me too. It's a beautiful piece. Yeah, I think we'll have to go for that. Vader?
That
I think we differ on that one, but
Yeah,
we'll
you
talk
and I
about
differ on
it.
the Vader, but there's some images that have come out recently. I don't know if they're here in the show notes or not.
Yep, we do. We got
Yeah, we'll get to them here in a second. But yeah,
the
I really like that Vader.
which is here, and this was SIC Lover Thailand, which I hope is don't know quite what that stands for. Never mind. But these are some nice images they've shared of, as you said, in-hand images and beautiful detail and touch. Look at the color going on there, the purple, and the display looks incredibly steampunkish,
Yeah,
as well as samurai-like there, the way these controls are done.
yeah. I didn't realize how much color
Yeah,
this
neither did
figure would
I.
have. I thought it was just kind of a overall black figure, but no, it's got a lot of color going on there.
It's got a little bit of Nicki Minaj going on at the back here, a little bit of that kind of size of behind, and there's the face. And this is what's putting me off in some ways. I'm kind of just a little. I don't know. I'm not feeling the face. It's beautiful looking at it, but it's.
If you look at samurai masks of this style,
Sure, they're not
it's
pretty.
very it's a it's a very cool translation of the blending of the two designs.
And there's the piece you were talking about before, which is quite a nice design, and that the helmet is flexible enough if you want to look up to
Right.
bend the back over the cape.
Yeah, that bottom image there that has those little sticks. The sticks are there to represent that those pieces are individual and they kind of tuck into one another. So as you see on the top images, the figure is looking pretty much straight on, and then if you tilt the head back, those the plates that wrap around the back of the helmet nest into one another, so you could get some cool poses there. And I thought that was really kind of an ingenious way of handling
That is, no,
handling
definitely.
that.
I must admit, the first time I looked at these photographs, I did not understand what the hell these
Yeah,
things
I
were.
didn't either. I'm like, what is it? Are those little sticks that he could grab and throw? They like little. But no, I think it was just meant to show that those are separate plates.
Exactly. No, it's very well done and beautifully done. That's a nice little pose there. Kind of huge arms there, the way the body's been and the legs. So yeah, I mean, definitely unique, absolute collector's piece. You could put those two, the Stormtrooper and this guy, on a shelf, and it would just be really something special that people would look at. So, and I think from memory, we said they're roughly about $45-50 each.
Yeah, I think
Around that price point. So.
Hobby Link Japan. Well, let's see. To compare, I think Big Bad Toy Store has them up for pre-order. At least they did, and they're sold out now. And they had them up for about $100. Hobby Link Japan has them up for around 70, I think, and then there's some shipping on top of that. But still, I would have no qualms at all about picking it up at that price.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just,
I agree.
it's so detailed and so intricate in its sculpt. I think there was one more. I think the last image that that person had shared was my favorite image. I think I shared it on my Instagram account, on a couple other
This
social
one
media
here?
accounts that I have. It's the no. There, I think there's one more after that. No, keep going. It's kind of a more.
Oh, this one. No?
No, keep going.
Okay. On the bike.
Not on the
This does
bike.
not come with a figure.
There's one. He's like posed in front of some trees. That one. I
That's
just
pretty
love
nice.
that image.
That is quite nice. I must admit, I think that one actually is a bit of a swear for me. That nice little display, but I'm guessing that doesn't come with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
This person had shared on his Facebook page some in-hand boxed stuff.
Yep.
So I don't know exactly what all comes in the box as far as parts, because he's obviously not coming with a motorcycle.
Well, it's a very unusual motorcycle.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck that is.
Mobile. Even the blade has, and we talked about this before, but that it's got the kind of samurai sword shape to it.
Yep,
It's not
the nice
just
little
a straight
curve.
look. Exactly. That's pretty sweet. That is a nice.
I just love that. It shows just the articulation
Yeah.
as far as how it could be posed realistically. I mean, you can't do that with a Hasbro figure.
No. I think this thing is designed to be put into those poses as
Yeah.
well. So the little winkle pickle boots. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a slick figure. If you want to get it, we'll put a link in the show notes there. Probably only to Hobby Link Japan that's left. But
Yeah. It's very cool. Let's see. Moving on to an article that StarWars.com had posted. This was regarding vintage variations.
Yeah, I think I've got a different link from you. Had they posted? I thought I saw it on StarWars.com.
Yes.
You getting this one? Yes. So this was by Tim Veekhoven.
Yes.
So yeah, this was a pretty nice article. Which actually, when I read this, I don't know if you picked up on it, but there was quite a few things that I did not know there was two versions of Lando in the vintage.
Really?
No, I didn't know. I did not know.
The teeth, no teeth.
Teeth, no teeth. Exactly.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I guess I knew, but I didn't really it didn't really click.
There was one I didn't know about.
What was that?
The Leia, the Bespin Leia, Bespin Gown Leia, has three different necks.
Yeah.
I've always known the turtleneck and then the flesh color neck, but there's also supposed to be a gold neck. I've never heard of the gold neck one before.
Yeah, so it just shows you that, I mean, seasoned pros like you and I who spend a quazillion dollars a year on Star Wars toys still don't know about these things. So, yeah, Tim Veekhoven, I love his articles. TK421, he runs the Belgian Star Wars fan club over there, and if I'm wrong, I can't remember. Yep, he does. So yeah, it's some nice little bits and tidbits and pieces, and I've heard of the purple smock Ugnaught, but I've never seen one.
I have one if you want to see it.
Is it within arm's reach?
It's not within arm's reach.
It's not within arm's reach. So Dan Curtin the other night, the Wolfpack did a U by we called it a Jason, where you just whipped in a figure.
Oh, that's nice.
Others are stealing your talents there, but so yeah, it's a good article by Tim Veekhoven, and definitely go and check it out. It makes interesting reading, and it's these are toys you will not see again, and can cost a fortune. You might have something very valuable sitting on your toy cupboard or whatever, tote box or something that yeah, have a look.
Very good. Here was another one you had shared. I think both of us saw this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Sam Witwer had posted an image of a life-size Starkiller.
So yeah, this is actually a nice piece. I thought there was a really nicely sculpted face on this. I thought this was really pretty slick. So I'm just gonna see if we can expand that image. If it will. No, it's not giving me an option. So someone has this or had this. I don't know quite what Muckle OXMOX means, but yeah, a cheap $800 to ship this thing, because the size of it is a rather large 1:1 scale limited replica prop. So it's a life-size Sam Witwer aka Starkiller. So
That's pretty cool.
it is pretty good. I never even heard of this
No,
thing. So
I don't know
yeah,
if this is a one-off type of thing.
don't
I
know,
mean, it's
but
got a Force Unleashed 2 base, so it must have
looks
been an
like
in-store
yeah.
promotion type of thing. I had never heard of this before.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Studio OX, MOX, and Muckle Mannequins. That's the sculptor of it. So building it around Activision. So Activision, it must have been to do with the game when they launched it, but that's a beautiful piece. And if anyone just has some change lying around, it's only $4,200 at the moment. Both Jason and I would love a little stocking stuffer this year.
Buy it
Just
now.
buy now. So or make an offer. So it's just really interesting and different. Of course, Sam Witwer brought it to attention. So there you go. It's a nice piece.
Yeah.
Something
Pretty cool.
different.
Let's see. Moving on here a little bit. Gentle Giant.
Yeah,
They had
new
posted.
website.
They shared a newsletter earlier this week that they're going to be revamping and relaunching their website. That's going to happen Monday. Going to be far. I would hope. I would assume that it's going to be more user friendly as far as being able to order. You know,
Quantities and so
quantity
forth.
of or multiple items. I think people that have ordered from them before have long complained that you could only order one thing at a time. You couldn't
Sure.
have multiple things in your cart, or I don't even think they had a cart. It was just you buy one thing and pay shipping on that, and then you do it again for another item. But I think the more interesting bit of their announcement is that they're going to offer 3D. They're going to offer a way to download 3D files that if you have access to a 3D printer, you can print items yourself.
That seems very strange.
Yeah,
This is their business, and that effectively is the
true.
master template of the scan, I guess, that they're going to make. But I guess the quality's still not quite there yet. But
Yeah, and I
something
don't
different.
know how the licensing thing. I don't know what they're going to offer. Is basically the
That's true. It may not be some licensed products we're probably after. It could be, I don't know, something. Bilbo Baggins' feet. I don't know. Something we're all
right.
really not that generally desperate to get. I don't know.
But still, it's kind of a foot in the door on a
No
new,
pun intended.
no pun intended, on this technology of being able to offer kind of a la carte collectibles,
Yep.
which is cool. I mean, I think that's where a lot of things are going to go in the future. There are other companies that offer similar type of things, whether it's through Etsy or, you know,
Yep.
I don't know. There's other
But
ones
the
out there.
latest, if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, and if anyone out there hasn't yet, you should definitely check it if you like Marvel, marvelicioustoys.com. They've got a really good podcast this week and good video as well, video version of it. And Arnie and Marjorie run it, as well as Justin show the toys that they got, which is 3D digital scanned versions of themselves at some of the Marvel events and Comic Con this year, 3D and Me, I think. And they give a really good, very long actually, description of all the toys they bought and some of the problems and woes they had with it. And
Yep.
interestingly, some of the 3D models don't look that great, and some other ones look a lot better, depending upon the scanning method. So
Right.
it's not quite there yet, that's for sure. I think I really, after listening to that, I agree with them. But interesting stuff, though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wanted to interject one thing that isn't in the show notes. This
Sure.
kind of came across later today, um, and it involves Gentle Giant. They had published a video on their YouTube channel,
A little
and it
leak of something.
showcased. What's that?
There was a little leak of something in there, I
Yeah,
think.
there were a bunch of items in there um, that haven't made it to production yet, or at least haven't been officially announced yet. We'll include it in the show notes, and it's really hard to see some of the items if we were to share the video here. But there are items like uh, Qui-Gon Jinn 6-inch figure, Obi-Wan from the Phantom Menace 6-inch figure, because I mentioned 6-inch scale because Gentle Giant has worked with Hasbro in their production of the 6-inch line. They're the ones that have been involved with the sculpting at least the digital files for those figures.
Sure.
But in that video, it does show, like I said, Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi from The Phantom Menace. It shows a few mini busts that haven't been announced or released yet. There was like a Hoth Rebel Soldier. There was a Count Dooku that was... there was a Count Dooku that came out with the launch of the mini bus line, but this is a different version altogether. And then there was an Ahsoka mini bust, which will sell like crazy if they were to ever release that, I think.
Without a doubt.
And then there was, in the video, there is a picture or an image of a person holding a 6-inch scale Boba Fett that is in the vintage Kenner design.
Okay,
So,
need to go watch that now.
yeah, if Gentle Giant were to switch to a 6-inch scale for all of the vintage figures, that would be insane.
Oh my God, that would be incredible. That's it. Buying a
It'd be
lot.
so tough to resist.
Yeah, if they put it in the vintage cards, dude. Oh
Yep.
my God.
And it may be nothing. It may be just it's a fully painted one too. I mean, it's not like it's a prototype mock-up that they're trying to, that they're stepping up in order to get to their 12-inch scale. It looks like it's full-on ready to go kind of a thing.
Well, the thing is, the 12-inch figures, and bad news for any of you who collected them out there, the vintage figures, a lot of them, the full kind of jumbo retro-ass size, they're just plummeting in value, some of them. I'm seeing brand new figures for $40.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, these things were like 90 at one point when they came out. So,
Yeah. So if you were to scrub through the video, that I don't know if it's the first link on the Yakface.com site
sure.
to the video. If you were to go to about the 1 minute 17-second, 18-second mark, you'll see the guy holding it in his hand.
Let's see. Just now, we'll give that a little share.
It's awesome.
Let's, we can share that. Let's have a little share and spend a little moment having a look at it. And here we go. Okay, so you're saying at what point?
1 minute, 18 seconds.
Okay, let's, 1 minute 12. Oh my, I need to watch this. I did see this today and haven't had a chance. So there's Ms. Marvel. Oh, that's just awesome.
I about fell out of my chair.
I just nearly did something else. But that is incredible. Oh dear, that's, oh my, that would be amazing. Now that could be they use smaller versions to then blow up to different sizes.
Right, and that's what I was saying. It could be the stepped-up version in order to produce the larger, but why would they paint it?
But dude, if that is 6-inch in that vintage line, that's it. All you and I at least anyway, all 96 going.
Oh.
And you got to be talking a price point. It's going to be about $40 for those.
Yep, for sure.
There's no way they're going to charge $20 for these.
Nope.
Cannot see that. But it would have to be on that vintage card, and it's still going to have to be a kind of morphed size because of the card. Because the card maybe the card could be bigger, and then a clamshell. Wow, which means, of course, exclusives as well, which mean prototype Boba Fett, the same one we've all probably got, and the rocket fighting one is a different one, and oh dear.
So if you look in that guy's other hand, there's a helmet there. My guess that's for the Luke Stormtrooper 12-inch figure.
Yeah, good point. Or Han.
Yeah, they never made a Han vintage.
They did, but it was just with cereals.
No. That was later. That came later. That was like in '96 or '97. Yeah.
I thought they made Han. Okay, I'll trust you. The that's.
But
okay.
that Boba Fett.
Stunning. Okay, that's worth a watch. So yeah, we'll definitely put this one in the show notes. Adding it right now. Cool. That's a great little find. So
Okay, what else? Moving on, there was one that you had shared
go on.
from. It's like I have to
Too good.
recover from that one. um,
Yes.
from
Where were
from
we?
Funko, they had shared,
Yeah.
I think, on their in their forums. You have to be a forum member in order to see some of these announcements. But I think you had posted what Toy Arc had
Toy
shared.
Arc, yes, they'd. So we get notification of some products as well, which some of them we just got, but Toy Arc shared the full list there. They obviously had access to forums, we didn't. But if you're a fan of the reaction figures, some are good, some are not. Definitely recommend the Night Before Christmas, which are beautiful, and the Pulp
Mm-hmm.
Fiction. Some of the other ones have been a little bit hit and miss, particularly some of the Back to the Future and Buffy have
Yeah,
not been
Doc Brown.
wonderful.
Oof.
Yeah, oh, there's worse. I think probably the real worst one has got to be Sarah Connor from the Terminator. It's just not a really
I haven't
collectible
seen
figure,
that yet.
but yeah, Terminator 2, Jaws. I mean, these are classic movies. Boondock Saints, Breaking Bad, obviously not available at Toys R Us. Gremlins, Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
Well, I mean, that's genuinely a point. I mean, Funko are all over Toys R Us, so that Florida mom will be out campaigning if they turn up and.
She should go to Target because there's Breaking Bad bobbleheads at Target.
Oh, there you go. That'll be our next campaign. So Hanna-Barbera, all sorts of stuff there. But some interesting stuff from my point of view, maybe yours as well. Flash and Arrow TV series with our friends at the Wolfpack and the Mirakuru podcast will go bananas for these.
Mm-hmm.
Gotham TV series. That's
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
Sweet.
Friends. Uh-oh. Did you know there was a Friends the movie? Sorry to digress.
What?
Yeah, if you want to see a really bad trailer, go and see Friends the movie on YouTube. The trailer. Yeah. Why? You know what I mean? Coming soon. Wacky Wobblers Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. That was your typo, not mine. So yeah, but Hikari Star Wars, if you're aware of what Hikari are, they're basically Japanese handcrafted vinyl, about 8 inches in height, and kind of weird, very very stylized things.
Yep.
But
they're very
of
Japanese looking.
very Japanese. Well, they are Japanese, Hikari Japanese vinyl. And they endlessly, and I mean endlessly, repaint these things to death.
Yep.
So expect a clear Boba Fett, a glitter Boba Fett, a blue Boba Fett, a white Boba Fett, all identical. So this was their typo as well, by the way, Busk. So I should change that, Bosk. Hulk, Deadpool. So yeah, we get plenty of interesting stuff coming. 2015 is going to be a huge year for toys. Absolutely massive. Not only The Force Awakens, but Funko, I mean, bringing back all this stuff. So, yeah, raid that bank now. So, there we go.
Let's see.
Where's Noble?
Let's see. The next item here was Kotobukiya announced, was it today or yesterday, another Artifacts Plus statue, another Astromech, exclusive to Barnes & Noble, R2C4.
Explosive.
Yeah, I was like, R2C4. Just a couple months back, I think it was, September, that was the one I tried to get and then passed on because I couldn't, the guy wouldn't pull it out of the stock room for me because they hadn't unloaded their truck yet, supposedly. Yeah.
This is the same one?
No, this is a different one. One was R2M5, which is a red version of the same sculpt. But yeah, this again came out of the blue from Kotobukiya. No one had known this was coming.
Yep.
Retails for, like you see there, $44.95.
Yep. So this was from the Phantom Menace and served the Royal Naboo Security Forces and 4 inches tall. So could fit in kind of with some figures, I guess, but a little bit big, but still cool looking piece. So it's kind of odd scale, some of these Koto figures, but nicely done. There's a back shot as well. It looks good. Nice coin as well.
Yeah.
Very collectible. That's not a bad price for that figure. It's a reasonable price, I think, for the size of it. So, yeah, if you're a Koto fan, get shopping.
Let's see, what else? Earlier this week, Anovos announced the week prior, they announced that you could buy Vader's helmet as a separate piece, separate from the entire costume, and now they're offering the the TIE Fighter pilot helmet with an exclusive version, which they're calling the Vader Wingman variant, which has the gray, kind of the mohawk stripe up the hood or up the crest of the helmet, and then it's got some lettering up there, and it's also got the gray or gray/silver
Chin.
mouth and grill stripes on the nose piece there.
I don't even
pretty
remember
cool.
that, if or seen that anywhere. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was factually in the movie or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Hasbro's released this figure. I think officially the last version of it, I think, came out as a Toys R Us exclusive in one of the not Rebel pilots, but
I know that you're talking. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's. I think they called it like, I don't remember what the guy's name is, like OXIXO or something like that was the guy's last name.
Lieutenant Oxo, as I call them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's this pilot.
Fair enough. Cool.
Pretty cool. Again, as soon as that pre-order announcement goes up, you want to get in, if you're interested anyway, right away, because they have that tiered level pricing where, the first 25 to 50, once those orders fill, it goes to the next tier and the price goes up. So I don't recall what it started out as, but it was a pretty reasonable price. I think around the $225.
It did. I mean, 264. Let me just share that on screen. $264 was the pen price for the first 25, and it's now gone up to nearly $359. So you could have saved considerably had you got this first. So
Yeah.
and it's going to go way up to 400 at one point. So
Yeah, with the Vader Wingman, it started at about 300.
That's right.
Yep, and then it jumped by $40, and then again by.
That's a very creative and I have to say good way of doing the pricing for it. So if you're loyal to the company and you really want this and you get your buck in fast, they lower the price for you. That's slick. I like that.
Yeah, it's
Very nice.
I like that. Let's see. Think Geek. I had seen this a couple days ago. They were sharing this, and I figured I'd throw it in there because we often talk a lot about stuff just for guys, but there's some, the female collectors collect too, and there's a set of bowling style purses that Think Geek is offering. One with a R2 and a Fett design.
I showed my wife these and all I heard was squee. So,
oh, really? Well,
I don't know whether she's into that or not. So I think the R2 one was her cup of tea. So
Christmas present.
Yeah, exactly. So I could be metrosexual enough and just buy a Boba handbag. You never know these days. So what the hell? So but kind of, I mean, it's out of the blue. I've never seen something like that, and it looks, it's different. So
yeah, I've from some of the responses I saw on Twitter, there was a generally positive reception to them. I think a lot of people like the look, so kind of cool.
Get your handbag.
My wife doesn't want one. Let's see, another one that was shared here was us. This was on the website nerdapproved.com. Someone has worked up custom The Force Awakens Lego minifigures, which look dang nice. Especially that Xwing pilot. I love that little helmet they worked up.
Well, that helmet's actually, they painted on it obviously to match Oscar Isaac's colors, but it's been reused. I think it's an A-Wing pilot, yeah. It was green, heavily green before, if I remember. But it looks very familiar. So Daisy Ridley's character there, looking good, and
Poe, Rey, and Finn.
Poe, Rey, and Finn, yeah, that's right, which we'll talk about. But
come to that.
That's nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, nicely printed everywhere, including arms as well. So yeah, they did a good job there.
That was pretty neat. And then lastly here, on a little custom note, we had, I've seen this several times. I've posted articles from this developer before. Aces Film Models develop custom figures and whatnot. This is a Tatooine diorama that they have produced, which looks scary real.
This one, particularly for me, just blew me away. The shadows and the lighting. This looks like daylight. I'm guessing it is,
Yeah.
but it's just gorgeous. It's incredibly well detailed. That's there's some other customs, but no, that's.
So there was that droid or that market person.
Yeah, that's right. I just saw that there. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, be sure to check out acesfilmmodels.com. You'll see the link in the show notes.
Very nice.
They produce really cool pieces. I mean, they do. I'm trying to think of the guy's name from the Old Republic, not Darth Revan, but the other one.
Oh, you've lost me as well. I know what you mean, but I can't remember the name.
Anyway.
Yeah, Darth.
They do a ton of those figures. Pod racers.
Sure.
The pilots themselves, not the actual vehicles. Just a ton of different customs, so check them out for sure, because they do some great work. Let's see. Next up is Toy Guide updates and reviews. I had a kind of a busier week. I was taking a lot of photos. Finally finished up the Saga Legends first wave of figures, which ended with the Snowtrooper. One of my more favorite figures. I think the detailing on his outfit is really one of the better figures that have come out in that Saga Legends line.
Yep, definitely. It's not a bad figure at all, and it would blend in very nicely with some of your other army builders if you had them. So yeah, it's a good figure. The time you take to do these.
Yeah, I should have taken a picture of it with the Power of the Force one that came out on the green card, because that figure is huge in comparison to this one, and this new one beats it hands down. And I mean, if you take yourself back to when that Power of the Force 2 figure came out, people were ecstatic for that figure. So this one betters that one by far. So
yeah, it's one of the better figures without it. There you go. There's a nice photograph with I just love that vintage figure. Just so many good memories. And it might be in 6-inch squee. So sorry, but the eyes were the one thing that just it feels almost like the paint isn't properly filled into the crevices on the ones that I've seen. But it's, again, for a figure that's retailing pretty cheaply, well under $10. That's a good buy. It's not a bad buy at all. But yeah, check out the Yakface Toy Guide for some photographs, because my poor colleague here spent probably ages pulling this thing together. It's a lot of work to do that, crop them in thumbnails. So I do appreciate the work you do there. It's very, very nice, and makes for a nice little library to go back and check them out.
I do like photographing the Saga Legends ones, because they, everyone knows that they're very limited in their articulation, so that means they're limited in the poses you could put them in to take photographs. So
it makes it easier for you.
It makes it easier.
I like
That's why I think I post these before I post a lot of my super articulated type of figures, because I can knock these ones out in relatively quickly anyway. The next one that I posted, like I mentioned before, I received the Battle Droid Commander from Sideshow, which includes the Count Dooku hologram.
With these boots, which he's basically
kind of like Kiss platform boots.
Yeah, exactly. I love these. This is fantastic. That's a nice stand with the nice photography there, the kind of wear and tear, the silver. That's beautiful. That is very cool. Yeah, I cannot shake the Kiss boot thing there. But so 2 different colors, or is it 2 different lights?
It's they have 2 different caps. If you scroll down towards the bottom of the thumbnail page, you can see the parts. That lower right-hand corner picture. There's 2 different caps that plug onto that base. The batteries are contained in the caps, and there's a little switch on the underside.
Beautiful.
So you could turn the light on and off to backlight the little display and illuminate Dooku.
That's excellent. I didn't even realize there was two different versions in the movie, so there you go, just shows. But nicely displayed with the figures there, so that looks a great job.
So
Little
yeah,
tilted at an angle. I suppose that's actually him straight. It's just the way that it's presented.
there is a slight tilt to it. Um, it could be how I was holding the camera at the time too, but
No, it looks pretty much the yeah. It's a little forward. I suppose it's a piece of plastic trying to fit it in. It's never going to be exact, but the droids look great. They look really good actually. All the
yeah,
weathering and scuffing and beautiful figures from Sideshow.
yeah.
Very, very
Obviously,
nice.
there's a lot of recycling of parts here. I think I mentioned in the notes for the toy guide update itself, at the bottom. Those are the different versions of the battle droids that have come out. There's an infantry battle droid, the STAP with the battle droid, the OM9 security battle droids, which I think those did come out. I can't recall. And then there was
It's versions from one figure, cut from
yeah,
the same cloth. Very nice.
but
That's good.
yeah,
Yet again, tons of work there, so that takes a long time to put that
yeah,
together. But great fun, I guess, you had in posing these and setting all these up. So
yeah. Like I said, I love the battle droids. They're a cool design of themselves, and they folds up just like you would expect they would. And they, I'll give people a bit of a warning. I did mention that in my initial review on Yakface.com, on the front page, is that the arms, not necessarily just the arms, but I find the battle droids to be brittle.
yeah, they are
If you're
very
not
fragile.
careful with the joints, especially the elbows, right when you take them from the package,
Mm-hmm.
the joints can be frozen, and if you tried to bend them with too much force, you could just snap it right off. And I did that with one of the plain Geonosis battle droids prior to taking all these photographs, so I had to reassemble it and super glue one back together, but hopefully no one can tell which one it was.
Yeah. I think it's the thing that I mean, it's a cool looking design, and it really was something pretty amazing a way back when the Phantom Menace came out. But to probably Hasbro's horror and sideshows, a very, very difficult toy to engineer.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure it's playable and durable. And I mean, for long enough, we had from Hasbro joints that you could not move and very unposable. And then we went to the other spectrum where we had Hasbro basically making toys, but the joints were too flimsy and it would flop over all the time or whatever.
Right.
It's a very tough figure to engineer. But Sideshow, with the scale and the size of just, I
They've
mean, to be
nailed
able
it
to,
here.
yeah, they've nailed it. They have nailed it. It's a great looking figure. I have a couple of the original battle droids, and yeah, they were great. They really are good. Nicely done. Nice another job, sir. Very
Thank you,
good.
sir. And finally, I finally got around to adding the Jabba the Hutt, the regular, retail version of the 6-inch figure. Um, Again, there's not a whole lot to discuss with this figure because it doesn't come with anything, and it's slapped in a black cardboard box.
Coffin. Yeah. It's still a good. I mean,
But
he's essential,
it
but
looks nice otherwise.
exactly. He has some, maybe some nice little touches underneath. I do like the design and the kind of suckers towards the end of his tootsies, his feet. But love that face. Who couldn't love that big, delicious, slithering big slug? So
Yep.
yeah, it is a good figure. It's one of those ones that I think a lot of people have been like maybe sometimes on the shelf about, but come time, once we get another base or a diorama or something happens that people go back to try and hunt for this figure, and it'll probably be a fair amount of money. So
Yeah, I
he's a
think,
good figure.
and the exclusive came out so close to this figure's
Exactly.
release that people were put off by just the general release. That picture you're sharing there is of the or not Boba Fett, of the Walmart exclusive
That's right.
version, and boy, is that a god awful figure or version of Jabba.
Yeah, it's not great in the facial sculpt, is it? It is not great at all. But it's
It
all
was
we
great
got
for
at
the
the time.
time.
When you look back at the original one, yeah, the all brown color kind of
Yeah.
so yeah, looks great with Leia. Very
So
good.
anyway, if
Very
anyone's
cool.
interested in any of those reviews, you could check those out either from the show links that we will provide when the show goes live or when the show gets posted, or you can visit them now at Yakface.com. Any reviews for you this week? I thought I saw.
No, tomorrow is review day for me.
Okay, good.
I think of the whole day I will be reviewing. So
Ooh,
yes, check out YouTube, and there will be plenty of reviews up there. That is it for me.
very good.
Uh,
Let's see. We're moving on to TV, movie, and book and game news. A lot of stuff in this section. Um,
we
the
could maybe
first
skip
one
the
we're
first
sharing
one.
here involves there was an image that was floating around about
TV
some
show.
projections for 2015 and beyond regarding TV series.
And yeah, this. I mean, you can spot almost immediately the kind of that. There's a lot of photoshopping and dicking about with this going on here. So it's been manipulated in some ways, but it seemed to be. I just you were on top of this. I wasn't. I caught up late to the party on this one, but it was the project's Timline.
Yep.
And I thought, why is everyone misspelling this? Of course, and then you see that once you look at the hashtag, it's yeah, some very nice stuff went on here. People. The Timline just went on and on.
Yeah,
And
it was
Timline
it was
product.
quite the evening that that night of puns going on with Timline timeline. It was
It was
fun.
pretty crazy, and you were in there, of course. So yeah, timeline, all this kind of stuff. So yes, so Pablo Hidalgo, I think, was one of the people potentially behind this who mucked around and made it, and yeah, it was good fun. So I thought we'd just share it. But yes, if you a few sites that actually posted this as legit, it's not. It is fake. So
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of people were getting excited, like droids and Ewoks on Netflix. What's going on? And which actually could happen. It's not that difficult
right.
to see, but. Maybe we'll be proved wrong, but yeah, the timeline so far is not correct.
It's one of those
But
Twitter things that happen every now and then that sparks a mad frenzy of
it does, yeah. So probably
snarky tweets.
the biggest news of the week was next.
Yes. I think that was Thursday. Was it Thursday? I don't even remember now. It's all a blur. But
I
the
know.
official names, partial names anyway, for characters from The Force Awakens was revealed through Entertainment Weekly via a series of vintage-esque Topps cards.
And we get to see the names of some of these characters. So Mr. Sith Sword is, or Mrs. Sith Sword, who knows, is Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
I know the names. It's always the same when you hear names for the first time. It's like Palpatine or Sheev. It's kind of like, what? It's just, it doesn't quite
Padme
sit.
Amidala.
I know. But this one works.
Yep.
BB-8 on the move. So, and you added, there's a tip in there. Maybe we've got that further on somewhere. Yes, we do next, but I guess we could smoosh it into this. Is that
Sure.
it's not CGI. It's a
Nope.
real live prop.
Yep.
So
Mark Hamill confirmed in an interview with Yahoo that he had just a day yesterday that there was an actual working live version of this droid on set to film against or interact with, which
that's crazy.
that's nothing you could say. You can't say that about the clone troopers from
Yeah, from Attack
Revenge
of
of
the
the
Clones.
Sith or Attack of the Clones. Those existed only in a digital world.
Yep.
So that's just very interesting. I think a lot of people poo-pooed the ball droid, whatever they called him at first, because another digital character, it's Jar
Yeah.
Jar 2.0 kind of thing. But no, this actually exists in a physical
It's a real prop.
world. So that's very cool.
It is. And his name is BB-8. Poe Dameron was Oscar Isaacs with his
Yep.
Do Not Inflate life jacket. So
Yeah, there was speculation that this was at first, before the name was revealed, that this could be a descendant of Biggs Darklighter. I saw that at one point, but nope,
no,
different name.
it's a big universe.
Yep.
And the Millennium Falcon. Nice. I think you talked about it as well, but I mean, it's something. It just looked like old vintage cards from the get-go.
Yeah, especially if you look at the images that are posted now on the StarWars.com website, you could blow them up really large, and it has, they added scratches to the
Oh, okay.
image. They added the printed moire pattern that you would typically see if it was an actual physical card. They
Yep.
just went all out to make it look, to give it that vintage feel, which is a nice touch, I thought.
It is. It is. I had these cards and they were just fantastic. So here we get John Boyega's character Finn.
Finn.
Yeah.
Finn only. We don't know what his lineage is as far as, is that his last name? Is that his first name? Is,
Finn Calrissian?
Finn Calrissian? Finn,
I don't know.
Finn Leonis? Is he descended from a Rebels character? Who knows?
No, so
I would hope not. I would hope he's not affiliated with anyone, to be honest.
No, I know, but it's kind of noticeable by its absence that there's nothing
Yep.
there. So, but again, nice card, and we get the same for Rey. Is it Rey Solo or Rey Organa or whatever? I don't know.
Rey Skywalker.
Skywalker, Rey.
Right. But up until this point, until this card was released, everyone was referring to her character, Daisy Ridley's character, as Kira.
That's right.
So we could put that name to bed. Maybe.
Yeah, that's right. So there was a lot of talk as well online. Quite a few people were talking about it, and I dug out some cards and had a look as well. And number 74 in this line, I believe, was Luke on his land speeder, the Millennium Falcon.
Yep.
There was a shot that was similar. The X-wing, there was a similar one as well. So there was a lot of correlation with the cards, which I think sent the internet into a spiral of conspiracy and
right. And
I
then
don't know whether it was
and then
true.
the other ones didn't match up at all. So
Yes, it was a little bit like really, but and we get Stormtrooper, which undoubtedly this has got to be Finn. I would imagine here is
Yep.
a short of highlighting the kind of shot of him, but Stormtroopers prepare for battle. And X-Wings in formation. Beautiful. They have got to release these cards, don't you think, at some point?
Yep,
They've got to see these.
for sure. We'll see some sort of a throwback vintage.
No reason
card.
why they potentially couldn't release old vintage set. It's got to be so heavy for vintage this year.
Yeah.
Even if Gentle Giant don't do that 6-inch thing.
Right.
But wow, amazing looking, and that was just a composite shot. So yes, Entertainment Weekly got the exclusive, but this sent fanboys a gaga like me and you, and I think everybody else, just to. A lot of people didn't know what these were. A lot of younger people were like, "Oh, what are these?" And I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" So
Yeah, because if you follow StarWars.com through, let's say, Facebook or some of their other social media, they've been releasing vintage card scenes from prior movies for quite a while now.
That's right.
And this,
Someone's a fan somewhere.
yeah, so this kind of fits right in with that social media push kind of a thing, and also it just feels Star Wars to release, information through that kind of an announcement. So it was very cool. It was unexpected, but welcome at the same time.
It bridges that kind of both movie and collectible thing at the same time, I think. Rather than just a still shot and naming it,
right.
It kind of brings it to life in a real form because it's a collector's card.
Yep.
But you shared the next thing here, which was just a little tidbit, but nicely done design.
Oh, my Let's Roll thing. This was
kind of cool. I liked it.
Just something that I whipped up quick. Once the name was revealed for the actual droid, we don't have to call him the ball droid anymore. His name is BB-8. So I whipped up a little representative graphic, and
nice.
It got some shares, so I liked that.
Next up was Jedi News with a rumor.
Jedi News had posted a rumor this a couple days ago that it's possible that we may see an official teaser poster next week coming for The Force Awakens, and that makes total sense to me because next week will be 1 year away from the release. So
hope it's not just one of those things. Just it's the name 2015.
Right.
I want to see something.
Yeah, because they've already shown that poster. Because I think that was what iTunes and a lot of other sites were using as their kind of placeholder graphic for that teaser trailer when that went up. So the question is, will the teaser trailer or the teaser poster top the Phantom Menace teaser poster that just had little Anakin with his shadow casting with Vader against the the hut or whatever it was on Tatooine. I assume it'll be better than that, but let's see. Let's see. Next item is StarWars.com had an official exclusive announcement that they revealed the cover art for the Dark Disciple novel, which is a story that involves Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Voss, and it's a direct tie with the Clone Wars storyline, an untold storyline anyway.
Yeah, and therefore canon, which is interesting. So this isn't supposed to be a sash here, though, is it? I guess a very stylized a sash. I guess so with the facial markings, but she has hair.
Yep, she has hair. She had hair in
kind of Mohican though, wasn't it, or something? I don't know.
Oh, what was it? Back, I think it was San Diego Comic-Con. They released some exclusive artwork announcing this book, and there was a picture of her with kind of like the flock of seagulls haircut kind of deal. So
very good, very good.
Looking forward to that one. I think it's supposed to. I don't know if it's going to close out the storylines for those two characters. It would be kind of interesting if that's the route they took to kind of give some finality to those characters from the prequels and the Clone Wars, but we shall see. But I think that doesn't come out until the first quarter of 2015.
Right.
So
you're right. Guardians Blu-ray.
This was an article that I had seen posted. Where was it? Posterposse.com shared that this artist, Matt Ferguson, created a vintage-esque recreation of the Hildebrandt poster for
Beautiful.
Guardians of the Galaxy, which is very cool in and of itself, just to have that poster. But he also made available for everyone for download a version that you could print off and insert in a Blu-ray slipcase, because the Guardians of the Galaxy Blu-ray came out this week.
That's right, and it's a beautiful cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. Need to find a good color printer, and I will be doing that.
Yep.
That's
and
nice.
I just watched that movie tonight for the first time, since I didn't get to see it in theaters because I have absolutely zero time. But no, I love the movie, and I will definitely be printing this out.
Exactly. I love Bradley. I can't remember his name. Cooper as Rocket with his stealing the disabled guy's leg, and it's real. Great movie. Really good.
It's real. Big
fun. Next.
Next one is Star Wars Rebels Marathon. That kind of started today, but there's a extended version that goes tomorrow. This was announced by StarWars.com and Lucasfilm. They're going to be running the first season, I believe, or the first half season, I guess, because it's on break. They're going to be running that on the Disney Channel. Is it Disney Channel or Disney XD?
I think it's XD. But
right.
Regardless,
anyway, they're going to be having that, and they're going to be offering a little breakdown, quote unquote, of the teaser trailer. I don't suspect it's going to be anything new.
I think it's going to be on par with the Good Morning America.
Right.
It's Andy Serkis. Oh, okay.
It's like, did you know that?
This droid is called BB-8.
Yeah.
Thanks. So, well, we never know. That's being a little facetious. It could well be something wonderful, but I think given it's on such a tiny release channel in some ways, in terms of subscribers, not that many people can access it. It's it may get the crap pirated out of it and shared around if it's something big, that's for sure. So I haven't seen anything yet. So on the Twitterverse, so
yep,
not aired yet. But it's tomorrow. My bad. Sunday.
Tomorrow, yep.
Sunday, December 14th.
Let's see. Celebration Anaheim, that's coming up here in April. They are sending out media passes as far as confirmations anyway, so for folks that are planning on going in representing websites like myself, I did receive my confirmation, so
Same
that's
for me.
nice.
Yeah, indeed. We're going, which is good. And I'll finally get to meet you in the flesh, sir.
Ooh.
You're going to be like this little pocket-sized person. I've only ever seen you in a tiny little screen. You're going to be
Yeah.
3 inches high or something.
Like Rocket.
Like Rocket. But yeah, this was just a kind of smooshed up version of some news there that I just thought we had both of us kind of in these show notes here. But just very quickly, rumors are circulating that Star Tours could get a Force Awakens update at Celebration time, which does make a bit of sense. Some exclusive merchandise could be there. Something that really caught my attention was the new Star Tots. We're both kind of interested in them the last time. So Ugnaught, Lando, Han Solo, and IG-88 looking good. And Rebels Season 2 will be premiered there. We'll get to see the Star Wars Rebels panel and some other sneak peeks. I've just added in, we're going to see something for The Force Awakens without a doubt. There's got to be something. Another trailer or something is going to happen. And as we've kind of hinted at with some of tonight's news, expect vintage. There's going to be a lot of stuff. And it's time for them to market this stuff heavily and get back to the older style vintage, as you can see by these Empire Strikes Back based Star Tots. So, yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting show. So, yeah.
Yep.
Hotel is booked. Media pass is done. Need flights and lots and lots and lots of money. So, yeah.
Start saving.
What else do we have?
Let's see. Well, number 10, we covered that.
I've squished in 3 notes into one.
Yep, no problem. Last couple here, you had posted on Twitter regarding something you didn't notice before.
Did you notice this before?
Oh, yeah.
No,
I did.
It wasn't just me. Well, there was lots of other people who replied to me as well, saying, yeah, I noticed this, or I didn't notice this. So if you didn't, very quickly, Docking B-94, the legendary, where the Falcon obviously blasted of Tatooine, I did not notice this 94 etched on the wall there. Or I did, and I forgot. But if you didn't, wow. Kind of blew my mind a little bit there. I was like,
yeah,
it's time on, and I'm still learning things about Star Wars, so a little interesting tidbit. And you posted some of your holiday special little mini trip.
Yes, on Wednesday this week, one of the local, it's actually at a bar/bowling alley kind of thing. It's called Bryant Lake Bowl. The 501st partnered in this. They had a charity screening for Toys for Tots for the Star Wars Holiday Special, and last year was my first year in attending the event and my first year in actually seeing the Holiday Special ever, and it was such a fun time that I had to go back this year, and I brought a bunch of toys to donate as well, but yeah, this is me in this photo posing with Akmina.
Akmina, basically an Akmina selfie. So Ellen would be proud of you. But love that T-shirt. I've got a print of that as well. But that's a very cool T-shirt. So that looks great fun. Yeah,
it was fun. There was, I had shared a bunch of images and just random Twitter posts that night from the show. A lot of cosplay stuff. The poster itself was available for sale. I picked that up for my friend and your friend, I assume you know who it is, Barrett from Star Wars Action News.
Yep.
He wanted that poster, so I was able to snag one of those for him. And that was we shared that last week, I believe, which was the Chewbacca wearing the ugly sweater.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
Very, very cool.
It was fun. Very fun.
Well, and for Quiet Week,
the movie is still awesome and awful at the same time.
Yeah, I watched it last week as well, and it was just the lumpy sequence. If anybody watches it, it's like, yes,
you just can't make it through without laughing.
It's very bizarre. Good old 70s for you.
Let's see, wrapping things up here with new toy acquisitions and purchases this week. Myself, I did receive my Vinylmation Holiday Boba Fett. from our friend Kevin.
Nice.
So
Nice little package there. I've never
yeah,
seen it.
they changed the packaging up a little bit from
From yeah.
prior ones. They used to be square, but now they're more rectangular, as you can see here by the top view. Um, I haven't opened this guy up yet, but yeah, I definitely had to get the holiday special version of Boba Fett, given
Nice.
the holiday special screening this week. Let's see, what else did I get? I got the Inquisitor with TIE Fighter. That's exclusive to Target. That came this week from my brother-in-law, which is actually an early Christmas present. So
Nice.
got that. And then just on a whim, I bought um, the Lego
Didn't you
Imperial
have
Shuttle.
that?
I did have it. I just didn't. I haven't opened one yet, and
Okay.
I swear I eye it every single time I go down the aisle when I'm at Target, and I just had to buy another one so I could open it and put it together.
Very good.
So,
I was going to say if that was one of the ones we got you
yep,
years ago or something. I was like, yeah.
yep,
So you open as well now. Good for you, sir. Good for you.
yes.
I didn't buy any Star Wars this weekend. I murdered my credit card by investing, he says, into 2 Iron Man hot toys. So I figured I'd go lightly on other stuff. So the Striker was announced this week and
Oh,
Hot Rod, which was just at the tail end
nice.
of last week. So
That Striker one is awesome. That has those
yeah, the big kind of
piston.
pneumatic drills at the front kind of thing. But yeah, it's hot toys and they're expensive. But yeah, I'm kind of my world is just becoming Star Wars and Iron Man these days. It's gorgeous line of toys. So very heavily into Iron Man hot toys. So yeah, I was playing it light. A few other Marvel Legends and bits and pieces, but no Star Wars for me. So been good.
With that, that wraps up this longer than normal
Yeah.
version of this week's episode of the Realm Recap. Again, we'd like to thank everyone for sharing and watching this past episodes and the past few episodes. We will be back next week, probably here before the holiday break. Not sure what's going to happen next week.
I know.
Never
Star
seem to
Wars.
know anymore. Everything kind of happens in the last few days prior to the show going live. But again, like to thank everyone for watching, and again, I'd like to thank JediBusiness for inviting me to come along and participate in their little round table. So
Cool.
I guess until next week, we'll be back, and we'll see you later.
See you later, folks.